Hello, everybody. I'm Bryan.
I'm Bryan. I wasn't expecting that awesome intro there.
And this is Bryan versus Bryan. Hell, howdy. Thanks for clicking on us. Episode 106, Black Phone. Directed by Scott Derrickson. Based on The Black Phone by Joe Hill. I guess it's a book.
Stephen King's son, which makes a whole lot of sense. This feels very Stephen King-ish.
Oh, Stephen King's son?
Yeah, it's his pen name is Joe Hill.
Released June 24th, 2022. Still in theaters, too, if you wanted to check it out. And I saw that's still playing.
Mm-hmm.
Now on Peacock as well. Budget, 18 million. That's pretty small.
Yeah.
Box office, 150 million.
That's what's
pretty
up.
Good return.
That's what's up, yeah.
It's a pretty good return, I think.
Yeah.
With some Blair Witch numbers. Hey. You just buy a fucking tent and rake in the cash.
Oh, God.
I didn't realize this was like a timepiece from the trailers. Like, I thought it was set in modern day, but it's set in the 70s. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
It's like a good 70s romp. You know what I mean? Because
you always get with 70s romp, the thing that I love about it is you get some good needle drops. It's like you're like, oh shit, a little free ride.
Yeah. And I guess it says the year in the beginning. I didn't notice that. I didn't see it, and I was getting snacks or something. And then I was like, these guys' clothes are weird. Is this set in the 70s? But that guy, the director, Scott Derrickson, he did one of my favorite scary movies, horror movies, The Exorcism of Emily Rose. I like that one.
Yes.
That one's spooky.
I haven't seen it in a really long time, but I remember that was like 2005, I think. Yeah, that was really good.
It was scary, man. And it's based on a true story.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, look up the real story, though. It's fucking pretty brutal and sad. Don't get too excited, though, because he also did The Day the Earth Stood Still. So
never saw it. It looked boring as shit, but yeah.
I'm Keanu. Hello.
Welcome.
I'm an alien.
Oh, God.
Sinister. So there's another good one.
Yeah.
Deliver Us from Evil. I don't remember that.
That was pretty rough. Yeah. Don't watch that.
I don't remember what. Doctor Strange.
Pretty good.
The first one.
Yeah.
Which I thought the first Doctor Strange is just every other stupid origin movie you've ever seen in your life.
Yeah.
Pretty
vanilla.
much Batman Begins, but he's a surgeon.
Yeah, for sure.
And I guess he left Doctor Strange 2, and then so that's how he ended up doing this.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what happened with Doctor Strange 2. If they're like, oh, Sam Raimi's available, yeah, fire that guy.
Mm-hmm.
Do something, get him out of here. Because Sam Raimi might want to join us. What this guy do? Emily Rose, get him out of here.
Yeah, it sounded like I don't remember because I follow him on Twitter. He's pretty active, but I think he said something along just creative differences, whatever the fuck that means. It seems like every director has creative differences with the studio. You know, it's kind of like this an easy way, but like a PR way of saying things didn't end well. But I do remember him when he was helming Doctor Strange. They were going with like a horror theme, like they were presenting Doctor Strange 2. Like, this is Marvel's first horror movie. It's going to be amazing. And then, somewhere along the way, he left the project, and then we got Black Phone out of it. And we got Sam Raimi doing a horror film, so I don't know.
And like they said, we don't like that direction, and they gave it to Sam Raimi. How do you feel about horror?
Oh, God.
Son of a bitch.
Which is fine. I mean, I may be getting ahead of myself here, but I would argue that I think I may like this more than Doctor. I mean, they're two different movies, but I thought this was a great movie.
They feel pretty similar.
Yeah.
I feel like if this guy did Doctor Strange 2, it'd probably be pretty damn close to the same film we got.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They're both kind of, I don't know, they feel similar somehow. So this kid, bully kid, this kid's hard to like in the beginning, man. I was like, God, he's such a pussy.
Yeah, yeah.
Do something.
Hmm.
It's just like it's like the meme with the stick. Do something. So he get beat up and fucking thrown in the mud, and his sister
Yeah,
comes and helps him, and she's getting her ass beat. And he's like, no, sister. It's like, fucking
yeah.
get up, God damn it.
The worst one, the one that I think that's the hardest scene in the movie to watch for me is when I think he wakes up or something, but he hears his dad wailing on
Yeah,
his
yeah.
sister with a belt. That whole scene was pretty tough to watch. But even in that scene, he just goes, "Dad," and then his dad's like, "Shut the fuck up," and then he just stands there like, "No, do something. Go run over there
Yeah.
and wail on his leg for Christ's sake."
I felt bad about that. And I was like, and Jesse's like, man, that's brutal. And I was thinking about it. I was like, not really. I was like, in 1970,
Hmm.
you like when you got beat, that's exactly what it was. Even for something small, it was a belt across your ass and your back. And
Yeah.
that wasn't that bad. That wasn't child abuse then. Child abuse, you'd be punching her and kicking her. That was just
Yeah.
a belt. And then he said, you got to go watch television afterwards. So everything's, I was like, it seems brutal, but that's normal as shit.
Yeah.
That's a mild beating in my book.
No, it's fucking awful. But yeah, that was a pretty rough one. That was the one where you're like, dude, you got to do something, man. Don't just fucking stand there. So yeah, but that's his arc. That's which is good.
Pushover kid. And obviously it's just like a single father, alcoholic. From what we get, their mom goes crazy or something. It's hearing voices, seeing things, and then commit suicide. All the while, there is a something going on in town, or the kids keep disappearing. Um, very Blair Witch style.
The Grabber.
Yeah, the Grabber. That's a very 70s name.
Hmm.
The Grabber. Some guy abducting kids. I think they're up to like 5 by
Yeah,
the
something like
time
that. Yeah.
this kid goes. By the time it's his turn. Um. So yeah, in the beginning we just show him getting whooped and stuff like that. Establish a little bit of the family dynamic and how they like his sister always spends the night Friday nights. Obviously, she doesn't want to be at home, and he can't do anything. He doesn't have any friends, so he's like always at home.
Hmm.
Um,
Yeah, we
so
established that like he can't stand up for himself. He sees his friend beat
yeah,
up a bully pretty brutally, and then we also established he doesn't like blood, or he's like timid about blood. We get through that scene, and then later he's his dad's passed out drunk, and he's watching a movie on TV, and there's like a bloody scene, and he's like freaked out by it. Yeah, then he talks to his friend and beats up the bully, and the bully's basically like, dude, you gotta like stand up for yourself, yada yada yada. So we get all these like negative things, or these bad qualities with him that he can't stick up for himself. Isn't like blood, and he's just getting his shit rocked by these bullies. His sister seems to seems to have those qualities that he doesn't have, which is kind of fun to watch. And I think she's like one of the best characters of the movie. She has like a foul mouth, but she's and then yeah, with her alongside of all this stuff with Finney, you get the introduction of the fact that she has dreams, and that potentially these dreams are like visions that come to fruition, or seemingly could come to fruition. With the scene where the cops go and talk to her about, she told a friend that she had dreams of this certain things about a crime or the kidnapping that committed, and then that's which leads her to getting her ass beat by her dad.
Yeah. And what the hell is his name? Kid?
Oh,
Timmy?
Finney.
Finney. So yeah, because the little girl knew stuff like, oh, he has black balloons and black van. Yeah. So finally he gets abducted. Right. I don't know what that guy or Ethan Hawke has that can. He's like
Oh
sprays
yeah.
in your mouth. I don't know what the fuck that was supposed to be. Open your
Mhm.
mouth, bitch. What is that?
Uh,
uh, yeah, I don't know, but some kind of drug, I guess.
yeah.
And takes him back to his man cave and has him in there. And we don't know what the fucking motivation is. It's
Mhm.
very strange. It's a molesty vibe. It's like, I just want to
Yeah.
watch you. But then it's kind of the molesty vibe is because he's like, you're not going to do anything down here that you don't choose to do. I was like, oh, I want it to be consensual. Like, okay. So, but that doesn't really go anywhere. So then you're like, what's the motivation then? Is it murder or torture? Because he doesn't really do that to him either
Yeah.
until the end. Like the kids. Well, we'll get to that, but so it's like I don't know the motivation to do this, like to just have him for a couple days. Like, oh, man, it's fun to have to watch, and then I'll kill him in a bit.
Yeah, yeah. So I love the fact that we don't get that. I was waiting for the whole like exposition dump of when he was a kid or he works at this thing and his dad and like the whole nonsense that a lot of movies have, but they don't give you don't give anything. He's just what you see is what you get from the kid's perspective, right? So I kind of like that angle of it, but you don't really get a sense of what his angle is until you kind of do. Like the curtain kind of moves a little bit and to veil what he likes to do, which is that he likes them to be bad so that he can punish them. He like gets his weird kicks out of that. I think that's what he is. He
Yeah,
likes to kidnap kids and
more
like
of the molesty stuff
yeah,
came in
yeah.
because there's like he wants to play naughty boy. I was like, whoa,
Mhm.
what's naughty boy? Doesn't sound good. It's
Uh,
where we take our shirts off and wrestle. Like, that
oh
doesn't
god.
sound good. Naughty boy. Yeah, so he starts to. There's a phone in the room, a black phone, believe it or not, and it's not connected to anything. It doesn't have a cord. It's like just dangling there. But then he hears it ring periodically, and then one time he hears it ring and he picks it up. And who's the first kid that calls? Um, is it the paper boy?
Yes.
No,
Oh,
is it?
oh yeah, I think so, or maybe not. Fuck, I
Yeah,
don't remember.
no. Isn't it the Asian kid first
Oh, it is. Yeah, 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 yeah. Right, the
from the
baseball kid.
beginning?
Yeah.
And then it's kind of. I liked that they were like they don't really like know who they are. They're calling from like the other side,
Mm-hmm.
and he's like, "Are you?" I forget the kid's name. I think it was Billy, right? The Asian baseball player,
Um,
and he's in the beginning of the movie. And Finney, ow, uh,
Bruce.
like play Bruce. Yeah, oh yeah, then I remember Bruce Lee. But Finney's pitching, and they get like a home run off him or something, and Bruce was like, "Damn, it's a line." He says it over and over, and I can't remember it.
Oh, yeah, like you got a strong hand. You almost
You
had
get
me,
a
or something like that.
you get a heck of an arm. You almost had me
Yeah.
or something. And then he repeats that to him over the phone. He's like, Bruce? I don't know. I think so.
I guess.
It's like, I can't remember my name. He says, I remember you have a heck of an arm. And you almost got me. Something like that. And what does he? And they all kind of like give him a piece of information about what's going to happen that'll help him. I don't remember Bruce's specific information.
Yeah, I don't remember either.
Um. Anyways, so it's either him or the next one. Like, oh yeah, he leaves the door unlocked, and then the phone rings. Ba-ding, ba-ding. Answers a hello. Don't go up there. Why? He left the door unlocked. Don't do it. He's waiting for you at the top. He wants to play naughty boy.
Yeah, it's like, oh, he's got a belt and he's waiting. He's gonna beat you until you pass out.
Yeah.
It's like Jesus, naughty
He just
boy.
He just keeps beating you, and he doesn't stop. until his arm really hurts. You think I like beating you? My hand hurts so bad. Look what you've done to my hand.
It's fucked up. Yeah, and it's funny too because I did that movie thing where like after he talks to that kid on the phone that tells him not to go up, it immediately cuts to the stairs looking down in the door and he starts walking up. I'm like, what are you doing? He just told you not to fucking go up there. But luckily he just kind of peeks and then goes back down. But I was like, no, what do you stop this? This is one of those
he's
stupid
sitting
movie
there.
moments.
He's sitting there with his shirt off, with the mask on, with a belt in his hand, and he's kind of jacked for this. So he's got like big pecs and shit. He looks pretty built in this. And, that's pretty funny. It's a pretty funny look. And then I don't know, the fucking mask too. The mask is always different.
Yeah,
like got interchangeable mouths and shit. It's like one scene it'll be smiling, one scene it like the first scene it didn't have a mouth at all.
mm-hmm.
Then or one scene it'll be frowning, or it's kind of weird, kind of creepy. Yeah. So then some other you realize it's all the dead kids calling him on the phone. And I really liked the uniqueness. I didn't know this was going to be like a supernatural kind of movie.
Mm-hmm.
I thought this was just going to be like a kidnap, like Cloverfield Lane type, just
right
kidnapper and the kidnappee. So this was a pleasant surprise to see some of that in there.
Yeah, I like that extra layer of that because I thought the same thing. I thought it was going to be like you just like a cat and mouse, type of deal where he's going to try to escape the whole time and think of cool ways, and he keeps getting caught or something. Like 2 hours of that or an hour and a half of that. But yeah, I like the added layer of the supernatural, especially with the ghost and with the sister having those dreams. Like I said, it feels very Stephen King-y to me. Like Stephen King is really good at that too, like real world stuff with like supernatural.
And so I don't know. They keep giving him these tips. Like one kid, hey, I pulled this cord out of the wall over here. Okay, if you pulled the cord out of the wall, why is it still in the wall? You know what I mean? So I was like, they're not. It felt like they're telling him things that they tried to do, but then it almost feels like towards the end they're not. They were just telling him things that he needed to do, not that they actually tried to do or that actually worked. Because everything that the reasoning they give for everything is not what it is. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, so that's one example. And another example is like, one of the kids is like, "Oh, I tried to dig my way out. That tile's loose over there," and he goes over there, and he breaks the tile. So he said it was loose. I was like, "What is it?" It looks like you're the first one getting in here.
Yeah, I thought the same thing. I'm like, this looks. My brain processes it as like, I thought he said it was new, and he was like digging it out. Why does it look brand new? And then like I immediately was like, maybe the guy fixed it or something. I don't know, but
and
it's not really explained.
And he's like, I almost made it out. I just couldn't get under the
foundation.
Out.
Yeah,
I got in and under, but I couldn't get out. And then he's digging. He's like, "There's no hole." I was like, "There's no hole though. What the fuck is going on?" And then what's another one? Another hint was
breaking through the wall. Yeah,
behind that wall right there. There's a freezer. You can get to the back of the freezer and take the back off you'll be in the freezer. And so he takes the top off the toilet and starts fucking busting in the concrete wall, which I thought was ridiculous. I was like, porcelain toilet top, couple hits, this thing is going to disintegrate. Okay, shit. I don't know how that's working. But anyways, he gets to the back of the freezer and happens to get like a piece of the toilet out that he could use to unscrew the back, and then takes that off and he gets in the freezer, and there's meat in there. So everything, you know what I mean? Like, this kid says you could get through that wall, but the wall's fucking there. This kid says you could get this cord. I got it. It's still there. This kid says you could dig under the foundation and get out, there's no hole.
Oh,
See,
it's
it's
so
all
almost like they're preparing him for the inevitable
and
confrontation
everything
that
and everything they're saying wasn't really the reason that they gave for it.
right,
You know what I mean? It's like the reasoning for the hole is to dig out. That's not what it was used for.
right,
Reasoning for the freezer was to get out through the freezer. It's not what it was.
yeah,
Reasoning for the cord was to get out through the window. Not what it was for.
right.
So it's kind of these different layers that you don't understand to the end, which is pretty cool.
Hmm.
Almost like a signs where it's like swing for the fences. And what does
Yeah,
that mean? And it's like don't stop believing, and then the water everywhere, and it all happens to work out perfect at the end. So that was kind of cool. And so yeah, there's meat in the freezer, and he's like, "Well, fuck, I can't get out of here. So how's this frozen steak gonna help me?" And he's like trying to hit the freezer door from the inside. I'm like, bro, no. That's
waste your time.
have you ever shut one of those freezers where they have that handle like that? So,
Yeah,
like,
you ain't getting
fuck,
out.
you ain't fucking breaking that from the inside, bro.
Yeah,
That shit is locked. So, but I thought at that time, I was like, well, you're in the back of the freezer. You can just push the freezer. I'm sure.
right, right.
You could push it over, get some leverage by pushing from the top and making it tip
Tilt
over,
it over. Yeah.
or just put your feet against it and give it all you got, and just you got just a couple inches, a little bit, push it out, and you'd be able to get out of there. I was like, come on, man, try harder than
Yeah, but we
that.
established already he's a pussy, so.
Yeah. I know he's a pussy, but all of a sudden he's MacGyver when he's in there. He's like,
Yeah, right.
he's like talking to himself. He's like, okay, calculating. No, that won't. uh, um. So yeah, and then there's like some cool scenes with the cops. That was a cool scene where the cops are canvassing the neighborhood, and they go to this house, and this guy, he's like, "Have you seen this boy? Oh, come on in. I would love to talk about this." And he's got the fucking like CSI board set up with the fucking string and all the
Yeah.
kids. He's like, "Now listen to me. The killer had to come from here." And he's got all set up, and we established that he lives with his brother. He's like, "No, I'm not from here.
Yeah, I
I'm
love
staying
that
with
bit.
my brother
Yeah.
for a bit. I
Just
just
your
heard about the
house?
case. I came down to see what I could do." And he's like, "What?" And just call us. He's like, "Just call us if you see the kid, okay? Or if I have any new leads, right? Because now that we're working the case together." He's like, and you wonder why he's got so much enthusiasm. And then the cops on the way out and say, "Hey, make sure you clean up before your brother gets home." And then there's like 3 lines of Coke on the coffee table. It's like, and the guy's like, "Shit, damn it."
Yeah, I guess I'm gonna snort this. Yeah, and then you get the reveal, which I already figured out. I don't know if they could have filmed it a different way, but so before the cops even get to this house, there's a random sequence of a dream that what is her name? Gwen. That Gwen had, his sister, Finney's sister. Anyways, there's a sequence where he's standing behind. He's at a house and he's standing behind a black door with a window, and he's like banging on it and screaming. And it's like, I don't know, it's a very distinct looking door. And then when the cops come, I just noticed that door. And I'm like, oh, we're in the house. I don't know who this guy is. He's not Ethan Hawke. I don't know what the connection is there, but that's the same
Yeah.
door that was in the dream. So when the camera, while he's doing the line of coke, the camera like goes through the floorboard and goes down to the basement. So I already kind of saw that reveal coming, but I was still just like, who the fuck is the brother? And I was like, is he just unaware of what Ethan Hawke's doing? Like, what's going on here? But that seemed to be the case.
Yeah. And the girl's like trying to figure out where he is by like dreaming on purpose and stuff, and then like scouring the neighborhood, which is pretty cool, looking for things she saw in the dreams.
Yeah.
And
yeah, one of the best moments of the film with her is she wakes up and she has a little dollhouse where she prays, and she's like,
yeah.
"What the fuck, God? Like seriously, what the fuck?" He's like, "I've been begging you for your dreams. You ain't giving me no dreams." That was a pretty funny scene.
Yeah. And then I can't remember. Yes. Oh, so So how does it happen? The kids prepare him, right? And then he gets one last call, and it's from his friend, the Mexican kid who's the badass from school.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, "Now's finally the time. You got to defend yourself. I told you it's gonna happen. This will be the last call you get. Okay,
Yeah.
I'm gonna give you the plan. You're gonna fill the phone with dirt. All right. It's gonna turn it into a killing machine.
Give us some heft.
Yeah, and then it's pretty funny. Step back, swing.
I love that shot. That was a cool shot with like them both doing it at the same time.
Yeah,
That's kind of fun.
It seems like that wouldn't work at all, though. It's like, okay? Step forward, hop back.
And step forward again, swing.
Why are we stepping forward twice and hopping back?
Yeah.
Why don't we just swing from the beginning? Now we want to give him the razzle dazzle, the old shuffle. Give him the old Muhammad Ali.
Oh shit, he went back. I don't know what to do.
What do I do? Do I approach?
Stunned.
Do I go? It's like what the hell was that movie? The Watson movies, Sherlock Holmes movies. It's like discombobulate. Oh, he jumped back. Oh shit. So he tells him that, and he's like, well, you couldn't kill him. How could I? Because this kid was a hard ass. Like, you got to kill this son of a bitch for me, man. All right? Don't make my life worth something. I want to help my friend. And that was pretty cool. It was like, yeah, friends don't leave friends behind. My daddy didn't. That's why he never came back from Vietnam. And I'm never coming back. But at least you can.
Oh, shit. Cool. Yeah. It's like, you've always been strong. That's debatable.
Yeah, it was pretty funny. You couldn't throw a punch, but goddamn, could you take one?
Oh god,
I've never seen someone take a punch like
you strong motherfucker.
You absorbed it with all your power.
Oh god.
Oh my god. So he comes up with this like plan. He knows it's over. It's like he's like, you haven't been playing the game, and he's done. He's done playing with you. He's on to the next. He's running out of time. So what does he do? He takes the grate, right, from the window that supposedly the cord was to get out of the window somehow, and he puts the grate in the hole, which never came close to getting out of the basement.
Yeah.
He puts that in the hole, and he covers it with a rug. Like, this guy's like, I love how it's like he just leaves these rugs in here.
Yeah, it's like 4 or 5 rugs.
They might use them for something. I don't know. Like, you don't have somewhere else to store the rugs. Everything else is completely empty. But the rugs I got to keep in here though.
I'm wondering if, because that's an intentional thing. I don't think that there's got to be a reason. The only thing I thought of was like maybe he uses them to roll the bodies up. Like, he just has them in the basement ready to like roll them up and then put them over his shoulder. I don't know, but it feels like it's got to be an intentional, like, just like the black phone. It's like, why would there be a phone there? Why wouldn't you just take it off? Like, maybe it's like a psychological thing of like with these kids, like, oh, if this was plugged in, you could ask for help. But the fact that it's not, it's like this psychological fuckery.
And the thing that like he comes in there and sees like the rugs on the ground and he doesn't think too twice about it. Well, that's nice. Make yourself at home. That's nice. You're making it feel homey. I like it. And obviously he doesn't roll up the kids in the thing, because remember when he's about to kill him, he goes to the hardware store and buys a bunch of stuff, and he buys like tarps. Oh yeah. He buys like bags of lye.
Right.
Stuff like that. So yeah, he sets that up in the grate, covers it with the yada yada yada. He's got the phone now packed with dirt. Does he add the cord? Does he does he tie it on to the end of the phone to make it longer? I don't remember.
He does some sort of trickery on the floor to where he pulls it. It's like a foot trap, but I don't remember what it's like, how he does it.
Oh yeah. Okay, something like that. Yeah, all of a sudden he's fucking MacGyver.
Yeah, he's Kevin McAllister.
Yeah, right. If he only had some micro machines and some marbles, Give me some micro machines and some marbles. I could have taken down Ted Bundy. I'll tell you that much.
Oh god.
um, but yeah, and then oh yeah, and then there's some weird stuff like the one kid. Remember, like this, almost like the Stranger Kid, rocker kid who like carves the number in the kid's arm, and the pinball kid,
Yeah.
one of the murder victims. It's like it's super strange. There's all these layers. You think he's just calling, talking to her, but then like she's transported to the past in her dream, and
Mm-hmm.
she's like riding with him. And remember, he's like, "That's the house. That's the house you're gonna die in." And he's saying this on the phone, but now he's saying it again with the sister in the car, and he's in the cop car from when he carved the number in the kid's arm, and the number in the kid's arm is the address.
Mm-hmm.
And when he's pointing, he's driving past the house when he's pointing. So there's these like different layers of like, did this actually happen before he died?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I don't know. It's just strange. It's very unique, uh, cool story that doesn't hold your hand and give you everything, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
Unlike more recent horror where it's like, yes, the tumor is on your back and it became a human and then it became sentient. Explains every goddamn thing.
Yeah, for sure.
So that was nice. And so, anyways, she sees the house and she's riding her bike and then she finds the house with this weird tree in the front and the address is the same. And she calls the cops. And I like how the cops, when they answer the phone, are like, get on it. They just bring like the whole cavalry just because this little girl said something and they have no evidence.
Yeah.
It's like, well, God damn it, she knew about the balloons. And so they bring everybody there and fucking they get in the house and it's empty. I was like, oh, what the fuck? Another fucking twist and turn. What's going on, man? This is the house. That's the door.
Yeah.
What's going on here? And then, but they enter the basement and they see like the mounds of dirt. And so this is where he's burying the kids. I was like, okay, motherfucker owns 2 houses. He's doing well.
Yeah, he's doing all right. That magic, that abracadabra.
Abracadabra, Holmes.
It'd be popping.
Yeah, 2 homes. And then, well, the brother. This is great when the brother finds out. What does he start to? He does enough coke where he finally becomes a genius. It's just you got to do enough. There's a line. There's a line, and you have to snort it and cross the line, and you can do some things with your life. So he just does one more. Like,
wait a minute.
Wait a minute. And because he's got this area of where the person should live, and it's like their house is fucking right in the center of it. It's like, holy shit. And then he's like, he goes and there's a basement. Apparently, he's never been down there.
Yeah, we do have a weird basement that has a bed and a phone and some carpet. I mean, that's a little suspicious.
So he, oh, that's another thing. Remember when one of the dead kids was like, "Did you try stacking the carpets? Get out the window." No, I didn't. They're round, first of all, and they roll. Second of all, sounds like you could have tried that and it didn't work.
Yeah.
It's like, and then when he puts the carpet up vertically, it's like, well, that seems perfect. Climb it.
Oh God.
So yeah, the brother comes in, and this is when the kid is totally prepared to fight for his life. Yeah. Like he knows it's going to happen. So he's sitting there, stance. He's going over his mind. Okay, step forward, back, A, B, B, up, select. He's like reciting the code in his head. And, the brother, oh, shit. He looks in there.
Yeah.
No fucking way.
Oh,
he's
man.
like, he's like, who are you? He's like, who are you? He's like, man, I knew my brother was hiding something, but this is fucking crazy. Like,
yeah.
Don't worry, kid. I'm gonna help you. Okay. My brother's gone. Don't worry. He had to go to work, and We're gonna get you out of here, man. Don't you worry, buddy. Okay. It's all coked up. We're gonna help you, okay, man?
Yeah, I love the
And
line.
then
Like, I know you're getting to the thing here, but I love that right before that happens, he's like, "You want to know how I figured it out and got down here?" Like, he's all excited about how he figured it out. That was pretty good.
and then he's like, no, it's a great story. And then Ethan Hawke's behind him and just like, ooh, she's the top of his head with an axe.
Yeah.
Ah! I'm sorry, Max. Look what you made me do. Hey. And I was like, I didn't do that. You did, you son of a bitch. You're a naughty boy. You made me kill my brother. And then he's like, usually I do this with a knife, but you're a special boy. So I got this axe. Anyways, and then we get the conference. I don't remember exactly how it happens because he's like in the foyer of the basement and then somehow shuffles to that hallway where the carpet is. I don't exactly remember how that happened, how we got over there. But anyways, he does. Oh, and then remember the shuffle had a purpose, right? Because he's like, huh, huh, huh. And then when he goes back, Ethan Hawke kind of lunges towards him and falls in the hole or something. And then his foot goes in the grate, breaks his ankle, and now he's stuck in the hole. And then he hits him with the phone a couple times. It's pretty ridiculous. And then he's like, he has to kind of. Oh,
timing.
You get a nice little whack. Don't hit me back, damn it! And then he like jumps on him, strangles him with the cord, and then the phone starts ringing. And remember, one of the Ghost Boys said, one of the Lost Boys said he can hear the phone too, but he pretends that he doesn't because he doesn't want to believe it. And so the phone rings, and you can see his eyes light up like, what the fuck? It's ringing. And then he puts the phone to his ear and says, it's for you. And it's all the kids. You're going to die down here.
You piece of shit.
Son of a bitch.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then he strangles the shit out of him. And he walks out. And now he knows the code from all the, he got the code earlier from one of the boys for the bike lock. Yeah, the brother's like, I was wondering why he was locking our house from the inside. seemed kind of strange to me.
Yeah, he's like, lock? The circle on the map has our house in it? I'm trying to connect some dots here.
Yeah. And so he walks out, and then it's pretty fucking awesome. He walks out and he sees all the cops at the house in the corners getting the bodies right across the street. And his sister's, sitting there sad, thinking she's too late, and thinking that they're probably going to pull his body out of there. And then he just comes walking slowly out of the house across the street's door. She like sees him. And that's pretty cool. She runs over there and hugs him. And the cop sees him. We go over there. And they find out that's the place that's been happening. And then that's pretty much it, other than the dad coming and hugging him at the ambulance and apologizing to the kids.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry. Forgive me. And then we just get one last scene of Finney going to school, and he has graduated to his final form, Finn. No longer Finney. Because he walks into school and he was just a pussy and everyone fucking knew it and he always got beat up. Yeah. And now he's the guy that killed the grabber and everyone knows that. Mm-hmm. And so he's walking through and everyone's like, oh, that's him. It's the guy that killed him. Whoa, man. With this big, I heard he gouged his eyes out.
Yeah. I heard he cut his dick off and shoved it down his throat.
Wow. And all the girls like, ooh, murderer. Kinky. And so he goes into like science class with his lab partner. Remember, it was the kind of cute girl who kind of already liked him before. And he sits down next to her and, hey, Finney, call me Finn. directed by Jendy Tartakovsky. Yeah, and then that's our ending. Uh, Pretty cool, man. I
Yeah.
liked it a lot. Um, really interesting. I love these unique stories. I thought it was very unique. Uh, really cool. A little slow in the beginning getting to the abduction because you're like,
Mhm.
you know what it's about. You're like, oh, I'll get to the abduction. Let's get
Yeah.
going on this. But I mean, not terribly in a bad way. It's just a little slow, and it does have some kind of cool stuff in the beginning too that you need to establish. Um, but then yeah, the real girth of the movie is the getting the calls from the kids, and this is cool when they show up. You know, they're standing there. Oh yeah, I forgot that one scene. That was like the creepiest one where the kids fucking hovering upside
Oh
down,
yeah, that was pretty
and then
creepy.
the blood dripping. I was like, what
Hmm.
the fuck? So overall, I really enjoyed it. It was totally not what I expected, which was uh, a really cool breath of fresh air. It surprised me, and I think it's better than what I was thinking it would be because of it, having the kind of supernatural element.
Hmm.
Ethan Hawke was pretty good. Uh, oh yeah, and another thing, like when he rips his mask off, I thought that was cool. Like, Ethan Hawke is like, he's just this fucking weirdo, you know. When he took the mask,
Yeah, it's like a vampire or some shit.
like he can't stand not having it on. And yeah, so really enjoyed it. I think, hmm, uh, 8.6, 8.6.
Nice. We
I
are
really liked it.
extremely close. Yeah, I enjoyed the hell out of this. Yeah, I echo everything you just said. It's a breath of fresh air. Um, I do think, yeah, it's a little slow, but not trying to take your words out of your mouth, but yeah, I mean, there's so many, all of it's necessary because it all leads and builds to things that happen later on, which I really appreciate. And even like some characters get moments that I enjoy, whereas like the dad, we didn't talk about a scene where the first time you're really introduced to him is when he's wailing on his daughter, which already leaves a bad impression on us as an audience. And then I think a few scenes later with the dad, he's like normal. He's not drunk. He's just kind of talking to his daughter, and she's like, "Hey, can we talk about these dreams again? I know you said not to talk about them." And he's like, "Sure, let's talk about them." And then he basically tells her like, "Hey, your mom, excuse me, your mom had dreams and visions, and she made her do bad things, and she killed herself." So it all just like wraps up with like, oh, that's why. I mean, he's going about it the wrong way by beating his child, but the reason why he's so strict on her is because he doesn't want to lose her. So like, there's little scenes like that where like I think a lot of movies wouldn't do that. They would just like, oh, this is an asshole father. That's the character, and that's all you get. But I think even just giving
Yeah,
him layers, I thought was really,
and I almost felt like the kid Finney, like that was his version of her dreams, right? Him seeing these kids and being able to do something like that.
yeah,
You don't really know, but is he just dreaming all this too, and it just happened to help him, or that was kind of interesting too. That could be like his uh form of the dreams.
right, right. Um, so yeah, I like these little touches of the movie that I think make it stronger that they didn't have to do. I mean, even all the stuff you were mentioning about like all these things that these kids are telling him to do that you think that they tried it or like they're preparing him for something, a confrontation at the end of the movie, like maybe they can see into the future, maybe time is a weird thing in the afterlife. But it all pays off. Like there's a shot of a freezer full of meat, and you're just like, oh, there's a freezer full of meat, and then later on
Oh
he
yeah, we
hands it to the
forgot
dog
to
to get out.
establish, yeah, how
Yeah.
that part worked out. Yep.
So like all these little things, and I think I just like the overall message of a movie, which is kind of funny to say in a horror film. I think a lot of horror films are just there to stab women, half naked women, and you're in and out in an hour and a half. But I like this message of the movie of like being able to stand up for yourself and like having a backbone. I mean, that's what this movie's about, is like is kind of developing that. And I thought that was a cool message for a horror movie.
Yeah.
So anyways, yeah, I'm very close. I'm an 8.4. There's not a whole lot I would change about it. I do think as comedic as the brother is, I don't know if he really adds anything to the overall plot. He's just kind of there. So I can't ignore that, you know what I mean? So I don't he's a little wishy-washy, that character, but it's funny, but he's fun, so it's like you kind of get a pass. Um but no, yeah, I thought this was really enjoyable, and yeah, I think I'll be rewatching this here in a couple months for my Halloween stuff. I wouldn't mind giving it another
Yeah.
shot.
Sweet. 8.4, 8.6. Good movie. Go check it out. Um, so that's pretty crazy. We get two good movies in a row. That hardly happens around here. We usually
Yeah.
find a dud somewhere. So
Although people are starting to turn on that movie for ridiculous reasons, but whatever.
turn on what? Prey?
Pray.
I
The
haven't
whole,
seen nothing about that. What do you mean?
whole women angle and all that. Get a lot of people. Well, I don't know. We don't have to get into all that. It's just a lot of
I
stupid
don't
people on the internet. Yeah.
I don't know what you're talking about. I haven't seen anything like that.
Mm. It's because you don't
Uh,
have a Twitter. Twitter is a cesspool that
yeah,
will destroy your brain cells.
I don't fuck with
That's
Twitter.
yeah.
And we didn't mention in that review, which is should probably it was a cool fact that we didn't have in there. Unfortunately, that was the first movie to ever have Comanche as in a native language film.
Oh
That
wow, I
was
didn't know
pretty
that. That's pretty
yeah.
cool.
Native language Comanche. Yeah, first time. Um, you'd have to look up what exactly. I don't know what they meant by that. Like if they have a dub where it's all Comanche, or I didn't quite understand it. Some kind of first ever Comanche in a film, something to do with the language.
Yeah, they did. So we did talk, and this is another kind of unfortunate thing because I didn't know it until after we had a review. But we made a point to talk about that there were no subtitles and that it wasn't spoken in Comanche language. It was spoken in English. We talked about that in a review. But apparently on Hulu, you can turn on it's like a Comanche dub version. It's not subtitled and they're not speaking in Comanche, but it's just like a dub version, which I think is kind of lazy. Like, you know, you probably could have just
Yeah.
filmed it and do two scenes back to back, one in English, one in Comanche. You probably could have just had subtitles, but either way, yes, I think what you're getting at is probably the first Comanche dub, or yeah.
Yeah. Sweet. And another cool thing with that dog was a shelter dog that was adopted just for specifically to make that movie, and was a shelter dog. It had no screen training whatsoever, and then it's starring in this big old movie. And
That's
it's
awesome.
cool.
I didn't know that. That's so
Yeah.
cool.
Really cool. Yeah, shelter dog taken specifically for this movie, and now is a big movie star, and everyone's
That's amazing.
raving about it. And the shelter where she came from was posting all these pictures from the movie, and then from when she first got to the shelter. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
That's awesome.
Right on. Yeah, so well, you said 8.4, right? 8.4,
Yeah.
8.6. Really good. Go check it out. As always, thanks for watching. We appreciate it. Check us out on Spotify. Check us out on Apple Music, and as always here on YouTube. We enjoy having you, and we'll see you next Sunday. So until that next feast, I'm gonna say peace.
Peace.